Morning, everyone. Let me again welcome you to Maison African Motives. Still under Business Studies Grade 12. Someone knows today we are going to look at Employment Equity Act, EEA. So just like the other two acts that we did in our previous presentation, we are still going to start just like them. We're going to start with the purpose of Employment Equity Act. As it says, this act states that employees who do the same work equal value, must be paid equally. That's when we're talking about equal pay. So it means that employees doing similar work must receive similar salary. So it means employees who are doing the similar work must receive the similar salaries, regardless of gender, race, or other differences. For example, a male and female cashier must earn the same salary if they have the same duties and experience. So that's what it means when we are saying employees doing similar work must receive similar salaries. It further on saying no discrimination on grounds of gender in the workplace. So meaning that employers may not treat someone unfairly. It means that employers may not treat someone unfairly, may not treat someone unfairly, may not treat someone unfairly just because they are male or they are female or non-binary. So that is that. For example, a company cannot refuse to hire women for managerial job because men lead better. So that is that what we are saying. No, employers must make sure that they treat employees equally. Promotes equal opportunity and fair treatment in workplace. So here we say promotes equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace, meaning everyone should get a fair chance. It means that everyone should get a fair chance, should get a fair chance. Everyone should get a fair chance to apply, be trained, and as well get promoted. Get promoted and work without unfair bias. And work without unfair bias. So that is that. For example, all employees get access to the same training opportunities. So that's what it means. So let us move on. Now we move on to the impact now. We are to move on to the impact. Let's finish up the purposes. Provides for employees to refer and resolve disputes to CCMA. So here we are talking about provide for employees to refer and resolve disputes to CSMA. So it means that if discrimination issues are not solved internally, employees can take the case to CCMA for help. So that is that. Also protects employees from victimization if they exercise the rights given to them by Employment Equity Act. So meaning to say, we are saying, if we're saying protects employees from victimization if they exercise the rights given to them by the EEA, Employment Equity Act, it means that employers may not punish workers for reporting discrimination or demanding fairness. For example, a supervisor cannot fire someone for reporting gender discrimination. So that's what this point means. So now let's quickly go to a impact. Let's go to the impact of Employment Equity Act. So we're going to start with advantages or positives. As it says, promote equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. Meaning to say it ensures fairness in hiring. It ensures um, fairness in hiring, promotion, and working conditions. And working conditions. So that's what it means when they say promote equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. So when you promote equal opportunity and fair treatment, that is where you can talk about fairness in hiring, promotion, and working condition. For example, everyone is considered fairly for promotions when promotions are there. So that is that. So now it says promote implementation of affirmative action, measures to redress imbalances in employment. So meaning to say helps correct past discrimination. We are saying helps correct past discrimination. Help correct past discrimination. And you're going to do that by giving opportunities to disadvantaged groups. So that, for example, a business hires more qualified Black candidates for senior position to balance representation. So that is that. Provides all employees with equal opportunity to be selected, appointed, and promoted in a position so that everyone can apply for any position. That is that. Everyone can apply for any position without unfair barriers. So, for example, job vacancies are advertised internally for everyone. That is that. It provides employees with legal recourse if they believe they have been unfairly discriminated against. So what it means is that workers can take legal action if treated unfairly. We are saying workers can take legal action if treated unfairly. If treated unfairly. So that's what it means. So it further on says motivate employees because the workforce is more diverse or representatives or inclusive. So meaning to say, we are saying it encourages diversity in a business by employing people from various racial backgrounds. So it means it helps business create teams with different backgrounds and perspectives. So that, for example, a company employs workers from all racial groups. That's what it means. It encourages diversity in business by employing people from various racial backgrounds. So, like we have said, well, we've already said about this point. Let's move on to this one. Encourages consultation between employer and employees. So here we are saying it encourages consultation between employer and employees. So business must talk with employees about equity plans. For example, management meets with staff to discuss employment equity plan. So that is that. It prevents unfair discrimination as it ensures that the workforce represent the demographics of the country. So it prevents unfair discrimination as it ensures that the workforce represent the demographics of the country. So meaning to say business must employ workers who reflect South Africans' population. So that is that. Business are in a better position to negotiate contracts with government or impacts positively of the ratings of the business. So what it means is that complying with EEA improves the BEE scorecards and helping the business access government contracts. So that is that. Certified psychometric tests may be used to assess applicants and employees to ensure that they're suitable. So meaning business can use their fair test to measure skills or personality. So that is that. So now let us move on to the disadvantage or negative of Employment Equity Act. Of Employment Equity Act. So the first one says increased administration burden as business must compile, submit employment equity reports every 2 years. So it means business must complete a lot of paperwork. Business must complete a lot of paperwork. Must complete a lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork. So that is that. For example, HR staff spend weeks preparing reports. So you see, expensive to train or employ someone who knows little about this act, which is Employment Equity Act. So it's very expensive when now you have to go for training. So business must train staff about compliance. It means we are saying business must train staff about compliance. About compliance. So the business must train staff about the compliance. So a company pays for training workshops on the Employment Equity Act. That is why we're saying it is what expensive. Fines or penalties for non-compliant business may be expensive for the business. So it means if business fail to follow the law, they are fined now. So that can be expensive for the business. Employers have to appoint one or more senior managers to ensure implementation of the plan, which increases salary expenditure. So now we are saying a manager must specifically oversee EE compliance. That is that. That is a drawback as well. So you are to hire employment equity manager. This is going to increase his payroll expenses. Businesses must submit a compliance certificate before they can conduct business with the state business. So, meaning to say, without the certificate, they can't get government contracts. So that is that. Businesses are sometimes pressurized to appoint a suitable EE person to meet EE requirements. So it means some companies hire unqualified people to meet the targets. So you see, often positions go unfilled because there are no suitable EE candidates. So if no qualified candidates exist, jobs stay empty. Jobs stay empty. So now let us move on to penalties now. Penalties for non-compliance with Employment Equity Act. So like says, business may be taken to labor court for prosecution. So serious cases can lead to court action. We are saying serious cases can lead to court action, can lead to court action. So that is that. For example, a company is taken to court for discrimination. That's what it means when you're saying business may be taken to court for prosecution. Fines may be imposed on business that fail to comply with its reporting obligations. So no reporting leads to monetary penalties. No reporting leads to monetary penalties. Penalties. So that is that. So now we come to the Department of Labor may block non-compliant companies from doing business with the government. So like we're saying, the non-compliant business cannot work with the state. That is that. So now let us move on to discriminatory actions according to the Employment Equity Act. So this is where we are now. As it says, not employing young women or because she would want to have children in future. So you're not employing young women because of saying she would want to have children in future. That is a discriminatory. So it means we are saying gender-based assumptions are discriminations. So that is that. Refusing to employ a person because she has a strong religious beliefs or has a disability. So here we are talking about religion and disability cannot be reasons for rejection. That's what we are trying to say. Doing HIV testing unless justified by labor court. So HIV testing is only allowed if approved legally. Denying people access to the workforce based on gender, race, culture, and etc., and treating them unfairly. So that is that whereby now we are talking about all forms of unfair discrimination are illegally. So when you're denying access based on gender as well. Now we move on to ways in which business can comply with Employment Equity Act. Ways in which business can comply with Employment Equity Act. It says business must guard against the discriminatory appointments, meaning to say ensure hiring is fair, ensure hiring is fair, ensure hiring is fair. That is that. For example, using unbiased interview process. So that is that. Promote equal opportunities and fair treatment. So meaning treat all employees consistently. Treat all employees consistently. Consistently. For example, giving everyone a fair chance to apply for training. Reasonable accommodation of people from designated group. So adjust the workplace to support disadvantaged groups. So here we are saying, try to, by all means, to adjust the workplace to support designated groups or to support disadvantaged groups. Disadvantaged groups. So that is that. So let us move on. So here it says, ensure that there is equal representation of all racial groups in every level of employment. In every level of employment. So here your balanced representation in every job level. Your balance representation in every job level. In every job level. So that is that, for example, senior management includes diverse racial groups. That's what it means. Submit the employment equity plan to the Department of Labor. So business must report their EE plan officially. Retain designated groups, including skill development of such groups. So help disadvantaged employees grow. Help disadvantaged groups to grow. Help disadvantaged employees to grow. So that is that. For example, offering bursaries to EE candidates. Assess racial composition of all employees, including senior management. So business must monitor workforce demographics. Clearly define appointment process so that all parties are well informed. So we need to say make hiring procedure transparent. Use certified psychometric tests to assess applicants and employees to ensure that suitable candidates are appointed. So it means use fair testing tools during selection. For example, administering approved aptitude test for new staff. Ensure that diversity and inclusivity in the workplace is achieved. So that is make sure that all groups must feel welcome and represented. Implement affirmative action measures to redress disadvantage experienced by designated groups. So here it means that you give opportunities to groups disadvantaged by past discrimination. Prepare employment equity plan in consultation with employees. So here, employees must be involved in planning. That's what it short means. Implement an employment equity plan. So it means carry out strategies agreed on. That's what it short it means. Assign one more senior managers to ensure implementation and monitoring of implement equity plan. So here, leaders must oversee compliance. So that is why you are to assign senior managers to ensure implementation. Eliminate barriers that have adverse impact on designated groups. So here, remove anything that disadvantage certain groups. Retain or develop or train designated groups, including skills development. So here you try to support long-term growth of disadvantaged employees. Regularly report to the Department of Labor on progress in implementing plan. So meaning business must provide updates. For example, submitting annual progress report. So this is the end of this presentation under employment equity plan. So thank you very much for your time. Please share with others and please don't forget to hit the subscription button. Thank you.